Before we begin, please click the subscribe button and the bell to notify you for the new videos. Welcome to Happy Moment Channel. 20 Powerful Habits and Traits of Highly Effective Leaders. Leadership is important to coordinating priorities and responsibilities for any project that requires more than one man or woman. From individual groups of a few people to incorporation of thousands of employees, leaders offer the coordination and social lubricant to hold tasks on undertaking and inside budget. What makes leadership highly effective may be summarized with the aid of breaking it down into a list of habits and traits. We've pulled collectively a list of 20 management traits that groups can begin cultivating today. 1. Practice a better version of the Golden Rule. The first rule for building powerful relationships with group members and peers is to deal with them the manner they would like to be treated. This takes the classic Golden Rule and updates it with the recognition that people are prompted differently. If you're a gregarious character who's first class with being the middle of attention, you could overlook the pain of a crew member when you give them public praise. Why might it bother them? You might ask yourself. Their character may be exclusive than yours. They might also choose to obtain your praise in private or amongst their team individuals rather than in full view of a whole department. Highly effective leaders learn what motivates and demotivates different personalities and adjust their conduct accordingly. Instead of treating others the manner you would love to be treated, it's greater effective to treat others the manner they would love to be treated. 2. Become aware of your own personality along those identical lines. Turning into self-aware makes leaders extra powerful simply as a lot as being aware about others does. People in management roles are scrutinized extra intently than others in an institution, even though they may be as human as all people else. They may neglect their personal weak factors or not even recognize behavior that cause friction with their subordinates. This is due to the fact all of us generally tend to evaluate ourselves in a brighter mild than others. To be effective, you'll need to emerge as aware of yourself greater so than you would as a group member due to the fact your ability to hook up with others plays an vital part within the team's achievement. When you do perceive weaknesses or incompatibilities between your persona and your crew, you could find strategies to compensate for them. It's one manner to get out of the way of your group's success. 3. Don't let confidence turn into arrogance. Confidence is an essential leadership trait as it allows a team agree with which you understand what you are doing. If you brazenly doubt yourself or the possibilities of a plan's fulfillment, you'll infect the team with those identical doubts. Confidence silences those natural doubts except they really want to be addressed. This facilitates a crew attention at the tasks they've been given and obtain their goals. Arrogance, on the other hand, can cause a group to lose its focus because a frontrunner refuses to recall the possibility they may be wrong. Pair conceitedness with negative decisions, and you'll have a team with low morale as it feels powerless to be triumphant with someone on the helm who refuses to solve problems. Even a hit CEO who displays arrogance will decrease in company's effectiveness because of the political conflicts that pass unresolved. Stay humble and hold doubts the crew doesn't need to hear to yourself, and you'll locate the sweet spot of confident management. 4. Find solutions to problem, not blame for failures. It's always crucial to discover how a team overlooked a closing date or failed to acquire a goal so it won't be repeated in the future. However, it's seldom productive to assign blame for screw-ups after the fact. Not handiest does it damage the morale of the humans involved, but it will inspire the complete crew to avoid taking dangers for worry of the equal going on to them. You want your group to locate the high-quality way to solve troubles and to facilitate that system. Effective executives deal with every unsuccessful assignment as a lesson discovered for the next time. In this manner, the manner the company follows will continuously improve. When solutions are found for recurring troubles, the team will experience assured that the company's leadership can manage whatever issues happen in the future. 5. Build effective relationships. Effective executives in any corporation are aware about the political landscape their crew operates inside. One in their process responsibilities, whether or not explicitly stated or now not, is to navigate that landscape and handle politics for their team. Team participants shouldn't run into political barriers that haven't been negotiated earlier than an undertaking begins. To carry out this as part of a management position, executives build relationships inside and outside in their own group. Maintaining non-public and professional relationships with key people that your crew interfaces with will assist you navigate thorny political problems once they arise. 6. Learn effective communication techniques. Leaders locate themselves speaking in many distinctive situations. They behavior one-on-one meetings, lead team meetings, take part in organizational meetings, and supply displays in front of audiences, small and large. All of this is in addition to the everyday colleague-to-colleague conversation all of us do every day. Effective leadership method. You'll need to get to understand your strengths and weaknesses in hard situations and develop techniques that work where improvement is needed. Mid-degree executives are equipped communicators, at the same time as high-level executives come to be professionals in communication. 7. Leverage your team's subject matter experts. Leadership doesn't require you to recognize all the solutions while problems arise. Rather, you want to be professional at guiding your team to the invention of the exceptional solution to a hassle. There are one-of-a-kind leadership styles that provide groups varying levels of duty and decision-making, but the professionals on a group have to be the people leaders go to when they're unsure about an issue. This isn't a signal of a loss of confidence, it's a sign of top decision-making abilities. You want to have the exceptional set of options at the table before making a desire a good way to dedicate your crew to a solution. 8. Be resilient. Success isn't assured in lifestyles or in business. Leaders must address character successes and screw-ups with aplomb to construct larger successes over time. That approach, spotting how each achievement or failure suits into the huge photo and having the emotional intelligence to model staying power for their group. Every task exists in a context and preventing to place it into that context for the group is essential. What might seem like a disaster to the folks that are running on a mission every day can be fast forgotten while in comparison to bigger successes. Experience indicates that extracting lessons learned will deliver lengthy-term achievement down the street. Having this lengthy term imaginative and prescient is one way that you can version resilience in the face of adversity for your organization. 9. Finish planning before beginning a project. Failure to plot as a plan to fail is a not unusual adage we all listen. It's proper, but the truth is that we rarely fail to plan. The problem is knowing while the strategy planning stage is finished and when it's safe to start a venture. If a plan doesn't drill down into the info enough, an assignment can run into unforeseen issues that purpose it to take longer than anticipated. It would possibly even mean an intention isn't viable with the tools that were chosen. Effective management avoids those pitfalls of inadequate planning. There's regularly a push to get out of the making plans phase and start paintings, and it's your task to make sure that doesn't happen till a plan is ready. 10. Hold yourself accountable. A leader's example is frequently mirrored in their team's personal behavior over time. This is something to take into account whilst responding to everyday events, in particular whilst matters pass wrong. One way to model suitable habits for your crew is to hold yourself chargeable for the screw-ups which you're responsible for. When your team sees you passing obligation to themselves or onto other groups, it's going to reason them to avoid taking ownership in their very own missteps. Holding yourself chargeable for the crew's failures and giving out reputation when they be triumphant will create a team environment that leads to increase within the lengthy run. 11. Avoid the urge to micromanage. This may be difficult for folks who are professionals in efficiency. They want to make certain their group doesn't waste any effort, and so they get involved in designing detailed methods or prohibiting certain practices. In the short term, this will lead to resentments if group participants feel controlled or that their understanding is ignored. In the long run, it's going to motivate the team to keep away from ownership of the manner and not suggest improvements. To be effective, take note of the crew's productiveness but trust that your workers know their jobs better than you do. It's no longer your task to meddle in their strategies but to facilitate technique improvements. 12. Led by using example rather than by way of words. Good management is easier said than done. Be careful about what you say, especially in terms of making promises for your group contributors or to better management. When beyond statements fail to align with later decisions, The inconsistency can appear to be deception, whether it was intended or no longer. Effective leaders recognize that their reputation is a constrained resource, so they defend it cautiously through accomplishing desires rather than speaking approximately accomplishing desires. The same holds authentic with integrity and dealing with group decisions. Give credit score to others and very own your screw-ups, and your team will model that behavior in their personal work. 13. Concentrate on strengths to remove weaknesses. When it comes to agency management, leaders can consciousness their organizations on the strengths they already need to maximize results. Weak areas in an organization can drain its employees' efforts, which in turn will be redirected to more efficient paintings. Identify the expertise and mature tactics the agency already possesses and construct excellence around them. The orphan service areas that don't fit into that core know-how can then be effectively removed. When the one's weak areas are gone, they'll forestall lowering the company's normal performance. 14. Hire the best people you can find for a team to be a hit. Its leader wishes to make sure that the most proficient human beings are introduced on board. The management position handles politics and coordinates teamwork. It doesn't suggest being a technical expert. If a pacesetter is the maximum knowledgeable individual approximately the group's tasks, it's a signal that they may be now not stepping lower back and letting the group be the specialists. Hire those who are smarter, extra knowledgeable, and greater gifted than yourself, and you'll be properly on your manner to leading a hit group. You want know-how wherein the rubber meets the road to attain higher levels of excellence. 15. Get up early. Leaders regularly need to start work before their team to help with helping duties and planning. Getting up early also can maximize the number of efficient hours in the day higher than staying up late. That may turn into a vicious cycle of sleep deprivation. When you stand up earlier, you'll hit the ground going for walks faster and attain your stride before the day is one half over. Getting up an hour early each day additionally provides a cumulative amount of time to your week, month, and year with a purpose to translate into extra productiveness and fulfillment if the time is put to exact use. 16. Make time for the gym. Getting workout is one manner that a frontrunner can put forward an amazing version for others in an organization. Not best is it part of a wholesome lifestyle. However, it's additionally a proven manner to keep your strength degrees better at some point of the day. Daily workout improves mood and reduces emotions of lethargy, which can happen when you sit for long hours. Exercise also can be a time to clear your mind and consider the huge picture, serving as a meditation. Destroy as an awful lot as a time for bodily fitness. 17. Cultivate good sleeping habits. Not getting enough sleep or having disturbed sleep patterns is turning out to be a first-rate health risk, each physically and mentally. We all can relate to the lethargy and irritability that no longer getting sufficient sleep can motive, but extended periods of sleep deprivation can cause melancholy and negative decision-making. The entice that we are able to fall into concerning sleep is trying to be triumphant by way of getting more paintings hours into every day. Cutting our sleep hours to accomplish that could be a self-defeating strategy, though, due to the fact our effectiveness drops as we lose the one's hours of sleep. You may additionally sense like you're operating harder, however you'll be much less efficient. Effective leaders apprehend that sleep is critical and ensure they don't fall behind. 18. Be a lifelong learner. You don't want to be a polymath to be an awesome leader, however it helps to know about many exclusive disciplines in life. A well-rounded education and continued studying can maintain you creative within the face of unexpected challenges, and it offers you the capacity to see troubles from special angles. Successful entrepreneurs are often those who experience mastering and treat it as a pastime. This makes digging into a topic they realize little approximately a welcomed mission in preference to a chore to keep away from. The competencies required for lifelong learning, together with flexibility and humility, dovetail with the ones of management, too. 19. Make smart bets. Risk can translate into higher returns, but the one's returns may be imaginary rewards that seldom are won. When you've got an urge to take a risk, temper it with an objective evaluation of the prices and benefits earlier than committing to it. Sometimes we experience a route of action as volatile due to the fact we aren't positive if we will accomplish the goal, And occasionally it's risky because we realize matters are possibly to happen a good way to derail a plan. Experienced executives recognize a way to evaluate one-of-a-kind kinds of dangers and choose the bets that are not as risky as they seem, even as refusing to take the bets which can be not likely to pay off. 19. Sweat the details. Good decision-making abilities rest on and correct knowledge of a trouble and its ability solutions. A leader desires to let the experts on a team find out the answers and apprehend troubles in detail, but management additionally calls for a deep enough information to make the proper decisions. If you lose sight of what is taking place because you've delegated all your responsibilities, you aren't clearly main. Stay concerned with the info and double take a look at what the team is doing to live abreast of events. Sometimes a problem is waiting for leadership to expose up and address it, which won't happen in case you are simplest thinking about the big photograph. 20. Exercise your ability to focus. One of the desires of leadership is to preserve the enterprise on undertaking. There's a herbal tendency for organization efforts to interrupt up into character tasks. A hit entrepreneur keeps anybody together and working productively for the duration of a challenge. This method that effective management requires the potential to cognizance on the key tasks of a project and stay targeted on them for its duration. That cognizance interprets into effective meetings, efficient approaches, and excellence inside the services supplied by way of the company. Hope you enjoy watching. Don't forget to subscribe.